Okay, now the technical. You're looking at my 1991 Eldorado Touring Coupe motor, or engine, whatever you want to call it. This is a 4.9 liter engine. Originally this engine started out as a 4.1, and on previous years was a real problem engine because you had a cast iron, I think it was a cast iron heads with an aluminum block, and basically the two metals didn't work, but they finally figured it out how to do it. The 4.5 was probably twice as good as the 4.1, and the 4.9 is probably at least 1.5 times as good as the 4.5 from what I'm told. I mean, I could be off on that, but that's what they say. The car has a big 140 amp alternator, which is one of its very unusual that it has that powerful of an alternator for this time. I had to redo the air conditioning system. It was a lot of work. I had to change everything, to 134, because and I had to change the compressor as well. That went south. This was a big issue. I fought with the air conditioning on this car like nobody knows. Anyway, transmission-wise, this car has a 308 differential. I think the other cars, the normal cars, are 2.92 or something like that, but I could be off on that. But this is definitely 308 differential. Other things, driving the vehicle, it's got good low-end acceleration. It's 200 horsepower, so it's not a rocket ship, but it gets out there pretty good. It's front-wheel drive, of course, because it's an Eldorado, and basically that's the story with the motor. Other things like the brakes are very small brakes. They are four-wheel disc, but they are not that great by modern day standards. I mean, you could warp the rotors real easy on this, but at this time back in '91, a lot of the cars had poor quality rotors. The GM cars, I know back in the '90s, even I remember back in the day the '97 or '96 or '95, '96 Saturns. If you slammed on the brakes hard, you could warp the rotors in one shot. Same goes with something like this. I'm sure you probably could do that too, but as they break in, they get a little bit better. Other things, like I said, the interior is a little fancier. This car has the optional Delco Bose radio system, which basically looks like, let's take a look at that real quick. You have the differences you could see. You have it says Delco Bose down here, and that's basically a unit that removes this fabric covered unit, because I've actually taken them off and sent them into Bose to have them redone. They have 4 wires going to them. Basically what it is, 2 wires are power and 2 wires are power to the amplifier, because there's an amplifier at all 4 corners. And then you have the 2 speaker wires. Let's see what else is significant on this car. It's got the digital display on the dash, which works fine even after all these years. This car has about close to 80,000 miles. It has the optional sunroof, and you can see my money cat's on there, very happy. But that's the sunroof option that I did opt for, as well as, like I said, I guess it was a security package. This car also had an option that I didn't get, and that was you can see that this is just a normal windshield. It had an optional heated windshield on this car, and the reason why I didn't get it is because you couldn't use a radar detector. It wouldn't work because it had wires in the windshield. But that was one option I didn't get. I also did not get the CD player. I got the cassette, Bose cassette system, because while I liked music, I had a friend that had a Buick Riata 1990, and when you rode down the street, it didn't have any anti-skip protection or any memory, and you would hit a bump and the damn thing would skip. So I said that I'm not going to deal with that and pay extra money for, but at that time it was, they were in their infancy and they didn't, really work that hot. So that's why I just went with the cassette, and cassette was still, pretty prevalent at that time. Other than that, oil capacity is like 5.5 quarts on this car. Uses, I believe it's, see what's that, 10W30. The transmission, it has like a magnet in the bottom of the pan, and that takes like 8 quarts to change that out. I've done that a bunch of times, and they have like this odd reusable gasket that's on there, but I've used it and changed that maybe once or twice. Other than that, I had to change the valve cover gaskets, because of the age. It's got a power pull down on the trunk feature that I think all the 91s had. You just press down gently, and then it's got a motor that pulls the trunk down. What else could I tell you? I think that's basically it. It's got, of course, the usual Cadillac functions. It's, power steering, brakes. You know, these seats are a little bit nicer that I mentioned in the previous video. But anyway, if there's any questions, comments, just to let you know, also one other thing, this pinstripe is not stock. I installed it. I had it done when the car was new, and I did own this car since it was new. I basically ordered the car because there weren't any with sunroofs that I could find that in the black finish. Color-wise, they came in like, real quick, they came in like a pearl white. They came in a red. They came in like this dark green, which was just at the beginning to become popular and became popular in later years, like in the mid-90s. Let's see, what else did I miss? I think it was maybe one more color, just not coming to me right now, but you could always look online to see that. Anyway, that's my 91 Eldorado Touring Coupe. If you have any comments about the vehicle, or if you have any questions about the vehicle, feel free to ask. Yeah, premium fuel as well, just to throw it out there. But appreciate you watching my video. And oh, and by the way, also this car had standard anti-lock brakes, or maybe, yeah, that was standard on this one. And it also had it was like one of the first years of the driver's side airbag, the kind that blows up and hits you with powder that burns you. You know, hopefully I'll never need to use that, but it's there nevertheless. Anyway, thanks for watching. Subscribe, comment. Have a great day.